We are back. We are back. We are back with another episode. Welcome back to another episode of Unique Moments, where we take a moment to breathe, take a moment to pause, reconnecting mind, body, and spirit. We are back on today, and I want to start the episode off by giving some gratitude for a brand new day. It is Sunday on the day that I'm recording this. A lovely day to be alive. A lot going on in the world, but I'm thankful for my life. I'm thankful that I woke up today. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful that I have friends, that I have family. I'm grateful for my podcast. I'm grateful for my listeners, for my viewers, for my subscribers. I'm grateful for the love that I have in my life, and I'm grateful for the wisdom. I'm grateful to my body. This episode is on embodiment. So much to say there, but I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my devices, for my food in my fridge. I'm grateful for my pup. Grateful for Ellie, my dog. And I'm grateful for my sound mind. And I'm grateful for the earth and the world and new opportunities and new blessings and new epiphanies and second chances and third chances and fourth chances. And I'm grateful for the power of forgiveness. And I'm grateful for the power of love, for the power of light. I'm grateful for the darkness, because without the darkness, there would be no light. I'm grateful for the ability to start over. I'm grateful for the ability to be new and to be renewed and to live. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my energy. I'm grateful for my energy. And I'm grateful for it all. For my coffee, that I'm drinking. All right, so I am going to pull a card from the Mindfulness deck. And this episode is about embodiment. I've been sitting on this episode for a very long time because it just felt very big. It felt very large. The body is such a large thing. And I'm not even talking about the body specifically, but specifically embodiment, to embody something. What does it mean to embody something? Whether that's a skill, whether that's a new habit, whether that's a new identity, whether that's a new persona or a character, something, a role. What does it like to embody something? Okay, the card we're pulling is life is in the living, every day, an hour. Short and sweet. Life is in the living, every day, an hour. Every day, an hour. And it's interesting because I've had two people, I mean, I'm sure more than two, but two people tell me now that obviously we know life is short, but that life just goes by so quickly, especially when you get into your 30s, that the time just flies by. When you look back, it's like, how did 20 years pass? How did 30 years pass? How did 40 years pass? And then there's other people who believe life is entirely too long. And I feel like I belong to both camps at times, but I do think time feels like it's speeding up rather quickly. But that's to say that all the more reason to be present with life. Life is in the living, and every day and every hour. And being present often requires you to embody something, to be there. Being present, to me, the definition of being present for me is that you are where your body is. Wherever your feet are planted, wherever your body is, whatever space you're taking up, you are there also. Your mind is there also. Your consciousness is there also. If you, wherever you are, you could be wherever. If your mind is somewhere else, you're not present. You're not really there. You're not there. Your body is there, but no one's home. And I think that's the whole thing to embodiment. And This is the body piece of the mind, body, and spirit. And when I tell you, I may be all over the place, but I promise I have an outline and a plan. But I spend a lot of time talking about like the mind and our thoughts and our feelings and spirit and intuition and all these things. And then there's some things on the body, but specifically embodiment. What does it mean to embody something? What does it mean to embody something? Let's look up the definition of embodiment, actually. I should have probably did that before we press record, but here we are. Okay. The word embodiment means... I hate when Google does something. It's like it breaks it down to the root of the word. I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm asking. One that embodies something. Duh, hello. What does it mean to embody? Ooh, this is good. Okay. To make concrete and perceptible. I like that for that definition. To make concrete and perceptible. To embody something. To make it concrete and perceptible. Able to be perceived. Able to be perceived. That's like saying, I'm a good person. I'm an honest man. I'm a faithful woman. Okay, in order to make that concrete, in order to make that perceptive, you would have to embody that. You would have to take on the character of an honest man, the character of a faithful, loyal woman, the character of that. You have to embody it. You have to take it on. You have to personify, essentially personify. Make it concrete, make it evident. So I wanted to talk about the body because I feel like it's easy to see the body as something that's separate from ourselves. If you have maybe different ailments or disabilities, even like not being able to see 20/20 vision, and maybe you wear glasses, or maybe a more severe ailment or disability. Maybe you don't have a limb, or you can't see at all. Maybe you're blind. Maybe you don't have one of your senses. Maybe you're deaf. Something very tangible that deals with the body. Unless we have something like that, or we're operating in that consciousness of I'm missing something, I'm missing a limb, I'm missing a tooth, I'm missing a hand or a finger, something like that, unless it's very concrete and apparent and in your face, I feel like we can tend to either forget about the body or like separate ourselves from the body. And I think unless we're purposely tuned in and tapped into it, the body can become like just this extra thing that we have, not who we are, but what we have. Or unless you are really into fitness, or maybe you do something very physical for a living with your body, I feel like then you're tuned in and you're tapped in and you're paying attention, because quite literally your body, your work depends on your body, or your quality of life, the way you do your job depends on your body. So of course you're going to be dialed in and tapped into everything that's going on, because you have to be. It's literally your job. But I think unless we operate in that knowing, the body feels kind of sometimes like an afterthought, even though it's one of the most crucial things. And the vehicle of the mind, or the spirit, really, because spirit is not something that you can see. It's something intangible that essentially we can say resides within your body, but also your mind resides within your body. Not your brain, but your mind, both in the body, but different distinctions. But the body, you need the body piece for any of that to work. And think about it. Your body has been with you. I was having this thought the other day when I was preparing the podcast. Your body has been with you since pre-birth. Like since before you were born, you've had this body. Maybe you've altered it. Maybe you've changed it. Maybe you've rearranged it. Whatever you've done with it, this was yours. This was formed in your mother's womb. Your body, your organs, your skin, your fingers, your toes were formed before you even came out into the physical world. So that blew my mind, like, duh. But like when I was thinking about it, I was just like, oh my gosh, like we should take really, 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 really good care of our bodies. And there's no shame to anybody who doesn't or whatever. But I'm just like, wow, what a gift. What a beautiful gift this house that I have. My body is my house. My body is my temple. It's so important. My body is my vessel. It's my physical vessel that houses all of my organs, all of everything that makes me function. It houses my blood. It houses my digestive system, my nervous system, all these things that I need that are essential for me to survive. It houses where I can activate my five senses. My body is responsible for why I can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell things, why I can think thoughts, why I can feel emotions. Is my body is such a crucial part of that. And I was just like, wow, our body has been here since forever, since we first got here. And so I started thinking about that as a bigger picture of like, okay, embodiment. What does it mean to embody something? Because a lot of the times, like, say you want to do something or study something or maybe build a life, build a career, it does take a lot of mental pursuit and a lot of brain power. But again, nothing is really possible without the body. Like, if we want to break it down, essentially you had to use the body to do the research, to buy the books, to read whatever you're studying, to write on an exam. You need your body parts for these things. And so if I'm talking about healing, if we're talking about being the best version of yourself and coming back to yourself, your true self, your whole self, I think the body is a very crucial part of that. And I also think the body is sometimes the last thing to kind of get with the program, to get on board. But it's like the most important thing, because you can make a decision all day long. And whether that's a decision about losing weight or quitting drinking or stopping smoking or getting sober or stopping gambling, stopping whatever addiction you have, or creating a new habit. Now I want to be someone who knits. I want to be someone who plays the piano. Like, you can make decisions all you want, but unless you get your body on board of putting the cigarettes down, of putting the substances down, putting the alcohol down, getting your body to physically go to that piano to practice, to buy the things to start knitting, unless you get your body involved in some way, shape, or form, you're not about to embody that thing, whether that's a practice, whether that's a new lifestyle, whether that's a new habit, whether that's a new identity, new character, new traits, whatever you want to embody. I want to be someone who goes to the gym. Okay, you can want all you want, but get your body on board. Unless your body is on board, nothing is happening. Nothing's happening. So many people want to lose weight. And not too much on that, but I mean, I guess that's really a bad example now, because you really can just hack the system, and I guess it still has to go through your body. You still have to get the shot through your body, and like, your body takes care of the rest. But before we had GLP-1s and weight loss drugs and whatever, you actually had to, and not that you don't anymore. So many ways to do, but you had to get in the gym and you had to go running and burn fat and sweat and literally exercise the body, exercise the fat off of the body to embody your new goal weight, embody this person who now does yoga, this person who now does Pilates. I want to embody who a runner is. I got to get my body on the track. I got to get my body in the streets, in the park. And so that's why I always give so much gratitude to my body, because I really don't think that we understand or conceptualize how much our bodies do for us. Because there's a whole plethora of things that our body does, almost seeming by magic on their own, that we have no idea, unless you're a scientist or a biologist or whatever, and you study how the body works. But even then, you can only study the observation of it. We don't know exactly how this stuff is taking place, but I guess maybe you do. Regardless, not that we don't know, but we're not making it happen. We're not physically doing anything to make these things happen. So our bodies do so many things without us having to even say anything or do anything. That's just magic in itself. I want to highlight the importance of the body and why it's so critical, because our bodies are with us wherever we go. In our waking state, when we're sleeping, when we're traveling, engaging in activities, our body is the one performing with the help of our mind, yes, but the body is doing the heavy lifting. The body necessarily wouldn't be able to do anything without our conscious mind. Without our conscious mind, let's say the automatic things, the things that happen without our control, the digesting, the breathing, the blinking, all of that. Yes, our body does not need us to do that. But the physical things, everything else, that's a choice that we can choose to do. Our body needs our minds, our brains input to complete the circuit, to do the thing. But the body is the one doing the heavy lifting, literally and figuratively, if you have any sort of exercise practice. And also highlighting the importance of the body is how a lot of the way that we communicate is nonverbal, is through body language. And that's something within itself. Even if it's beyond our conscious awareness, the body is so important because it helps us signal and it helps us emote and communicate and relate to one another by the way that we move, the way that we handle things. And it's the way we're able to tell if there's danger, especially our nervous system. If your heart starts beating really fast or you just get a bad vibe or a bad feeling, our body signals to us. There are things that actually happen in our bodies and in our brain that show us, oh, something's off here, something's wrong here. So our body is really a gift. It's a divinely intelligent gift that we can use to our advantage or also use to our detriment. And it's so interesting because the body has so many functions, like the nervousness, the butterflies in your stomach that signals anxiety, the unease in your throat that signals maybe nervousness, your eyes watering, maybe when you're sad or when you're happy, signaling tears, that something is happening. It's a divine device to communicate to us that something is happening, something is taking place, that formulates these even headaches and aches and pains and stomach aches. Our body signals to us that something is wrong, or hey, you need to pay attention to this. It's a very, very, very fascinating thing, especially when you're tuned into it. Not only when there's pain or when something's going wrong. And I think before we can get into embodiment, making something concrete or perceptible, and whatever that looks like in whatever area, you have to be tapped into the body first. Not that it's impossible to embody something without really, keeping in touch with your body, but I think it's a lot harder. And the main question I'm asking in this episode is, how do you embody a thing? How do you embody something? How do you embody something? And I kept getting pointed back to the nervous system. And I think I may do an episode on the nervous system because it's just so fascinating to me. But since I've gotten into metaphysical study and meditation and different healing modalities, the one thing that's always very central is the nervous system. And the reason why I think that's so important is because what your nervous system can handle and how your nervous system reacts to different types of stress, be it positive stress or negative stress, dictates what you can hold and what you can experience. And that, to me, is the whole key to embodiment. Because you can want something all day long. You can want to be a championship player in, I don't do sports. I don't know. You can want, that was a bad example. You can want to be a pop star, a superstar, a world famous artist or actor. But if you are able to do that or not, or achieve that or not, it all comes down to what can you embody and what do you have the capacity for. Because people aren't born those things. Muhammad Ali was not born Muhammad Ali. These greats are not born. Miles Davis was not born Miles Davis. They were, but they were born with a certain capacity. Maybe it's genetics, maybe it's DNA, maybe it's luck of the draw. They just got equipped with certain skills, but they had to practice, they had to train, they had to work, they had to do these things to stretch their capacity, to stretch, to increase the things that they were able to hold and withstand on their nervous system, essentially to put them through whatever training process they had to go through to become who they were, to embody their true nature, to embody their greatness, essentially. You're not just born being able to hold that much. They had to withstand a lot. All the trainings, all the practicing, all the work on your body. If we're talking about like something with physical sports, but even mental, if we're talking about like music, like artists, musicians, you have to put your body through something like rigorous, even if it's just repetition. Maybe it's not hard work. Maybe it's not always physical, like impacting hard work as it is with sports or training, but it's like your brain power too. Our brains, they are machines, but you can only hold so much storage before you need breaks and before you need to stretch it, to stretch that capacity. You have to stretch it, essentially. And so I love how the body is referred to as a vessel, because I feel like that's the most accurate picture. It's like it literally is a container. Like it's a container. And so the question becomes, what can I hold in my container? What do I have the capacity for? Going back to the nervous system. And the beautiful thing about our bodies and the nervous system and what we can hold and what we have the capacity for is that it's malleable. And it can change and it can stretch and it's not fixed. But the way to get there, the way to build capacity, the way to be able to hold more into your container and into your vessel is by stretching. Not literal stretching sometimes, but like metaphorical stretching, the widening your capacity, opening up your propensity for more, to hold more, to experience more, to withstand more, to withhold more. And that's the part that doesn't feel good in any capacity. That's the going to the gym when you really don't want to. That's the sticking with your fast when you really don't want to, abstaining from whatever you're abstaining from when you really don't want to. That uncomfortableness, that feeling, oftentimes it's a physical feeling of whether it's pain or strain from a workout or a strenuous something, or withholding and the pain of dieting or going without or being hungry, or the pain of staying up and losing sleep and studying, or your brain feeling like it's hurting or going to pop open because all of the information that you're ingesting and doing, it's strenuous. It's strenuous for a reason, because it's breaking something. You have to expand the capacity, expand the vessel, expand your body, essentially, to hold more, to be more, and whatever that you've asked for, whatever that you're training for, whatever that you're studying for, you're stretching. You're stretching. And the reason that's so important is because that's the path to embodiment. That is the path to get there. You have to stretch. And it's like, regardless of what you think you want to do or to experience or to be, if it's beyond your capacity, if it's beyond your limits, let's say your limits of what your nervous system can hold, of what your container can hold, of what your vessel can withstand, then you won't ever embody it. It's like not possible. It's not possible to do the thing because it won't fit. There's no room. There's no room. You have to make room for what you want, like very literally and metaphorically. You have to stretch and you have to make room, because where is it going to go? Where is it going to go? It's like when you're full and you say, yeah, I have room for dessert. That's because you're not at capacity. If you were at capacity, you don't have any room. You're literally going to burst. You're going to pop. There's no room. And so in order to embody something, you have to have the space. You have to have the capacity for it. And that is the process that's really uncomfortable. And that's the process, that's the work. That's literally the work. That's literally the work. Like if you are lifting at the gym and, progressive overload and you feel like you can lift heavier and you're stretching your capacity because the heavy weight doesn't feel so heavy anymore. And now the heavy weight is a lightweight. And you can go heavier and heavier and heavier. So that way, you're building your capacity. That way, now your vessel is stronger. Now you can lift 100 pounds, 150 pounds, and it's nothing. Were you always like that? No, you had to stretch your capacity and what you could handle. And so our body is a highly intelligent supercomputer. If we know how to use it correctly, if we put in the right inputs, we get the right outputs. And I think you have to know your own body and you have to know your own self in order to know where to begin or how to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Whatever you want to accomplish. So back to the embodiment, being the thing, becoming the thing. And very practically, like if you want to become a doctor, you must embody the role of a doctor by going to school, by studying, by practicing, by learning, by reading the literature, by doing the residency, and putting those things into your system, getting your body familiar with the terms, with the jargon, with the instruments, with the practice, literally practicing medicine. Those are your inputs. Your output it would resemble that of a doctor because you put those right inputs in. Same thing with becoming a parent. Speaking limitedly, I don't have any children. But if I want to be a mom, therefore, and this is not every case. I know sometimes there are people who have children, but maybe they aren't parents. I get that. But to be a mom, you must embody what it looks like to be a mom, i.e., getting pregnant, having the child, raising the child, doing all of the things that moms do. And now you're a mom. It's not just, and that's actually very apparent because just because you have a child, does not make you a parent, let's say. You have an offspring, but that doesn't make you a parent. And I'm not going to single out any gender here because it could go both ways, but you have to embody the thing so that it's concrete that you are that thing. You must embody the thing. You must take your body on that journey with you and become that thing. And this is why we're living in a time where we have access to all the tools. But why isn't everybody doing everything they want to do? Because it's like we all have all the information, we have all of the how-tos, but it doesn't mean that everyone is becoming the thing because you have to put your body through the process. I can buy a cookbook and follow the recipe and it not come out right and still be a bad cook. But I practice, I refine, I bring my body on the journey of perfecting my skills in the kitchen. I put in the time, I bake the recipes, I put in the reps, I do the repetition until I master being a good cook. I can go out and buy the fanciest art supplies, but that doesn't make me an artist. I can go out and buy a piano, buy a guitar, buy an instrument. That doesn't make me a musician. You have to take your body on the journey. You have to do the lessons. You have to practice. And through repetition, you take your body, your hands on the journey with you to embody the artist. To embody the artist. And I think when you love someone or you're passionate about it, I think this is a byproduct. And it happens naturally because whatever it is you want to do, whatever that thing is, day after day. And so you're training the body along with the mind. You're doing the thing. You're building the capacity. You're becoming the thing. And then you have embodiment. An embodiment of whatever job or skill or hobby that you do is so important and will be so important in the future because in this age of the internet, in this age of everyone has a business and you are the brand and you are the money and you are that, it's going to be very critical, very crucial to actually embody the thing and actually know how to do the thing, because anybody can use AI. Anybody can and will use their tools to like project like they know how to do the thing. But it's like when you really get into it, you're going to be able to tell who knows their stuff and who doesn't. And I think you can only pretend for so long. And so I think it's not about being the best necessarily, but the more you practice, the more precise you become in whatever that is, whether that's cooking, whether that's being an artist, whether that's content creation. It's like you have to still put in the work. Even if you have all the answers, you still have to put in the work. And it's not about being able to tell who's the best at this thing and who's the worst. But the thing is, you can tell who's embodying the craft and who's just doing it for, like, who's just following instructions, if that makes sense. And I think the embodiment of a thing, whatever it is the better thing, is like the sweeter. It's like the sweeter end of the deal. Like when you actually go on the journey to embody something and to like become something. That's the becoming. That's the joy in the becoming. And the body is the tell for the one performing the action, also, and for the one performing the action, and also for the receiver. When you like, our body responds to us. So intelligent. Our body responds to us when you hear a good song, or watch a good movie, or eat a good meal. Your body reacts. Your body felt the goodness before your mind even formed the words to express it, before you even got a chance to say, this is so good. I really like this. Before you even uttered the words, your body already signaled to you that this was enjoyable. We like this. It happened so fast in a split second, but your body is the ultimate tell. Or when you don't like something, when you absolutely hate something, you're like, yeah, no, it's an immediate no for me. And the way I knew is because my body told me before. And that's the intuition piece. Sometimes I don't even know why I don't like a thing. I just know. I was like, oh, I got a bad feeling. I got a bad vibe. Or like it's just no. Immediately no. This doesn't feel good. And so on both ends, it produces a reaction. You can tell when someone put their entire being into a performance, into a play, or into a meal, or into a conversation, into an art piece. You can tell. And I think that's going to be really important in this age of technology and in this age of AI. And I mean, immediately, unless it's like, I think there's going to be a time where you're not really going to be able to tell if it's AI or if it's like a real thing. But I think when you're connected to yourself, when you're connected to your vessel, and when you're tuned in and when you're tapped in, you can tell immediately right away that this feels real. This feels human. This feels not AI. Like, I think that's going to be very, very important. And I mean, some people, I think it is going to be a blend. Some people aren't going to care. Like, it is, the technology's here. It's not going anywhere. We might as well live with it. We might as well work with it. Yeah, true. But I think there's going to be a whole separate set of people who will prefer real things, real content, real food, real connection, real energy, real wisdom, realness. And you're gonna be able to tell. And I think when you want to do anything in life, I think it has to be, how do I embody that thing? Not how do I get X, Y, and Z, but how do I embody it? A lot of people want relationships. A lot of people want community. A lot of people want connection. A lot of people want $1 million. But are you embodying that frequency? Are you embodying the frequency of a person who welcomes a community? Are you embodying the frequency of a person who welcomes a romantic connection? And if you are, then okay, it'll meet you there. Law of attraction, like attracts like. It's foolproof. Like attracts like. If you're embodying that frequency, if you're on that wave, then it's going to come to you. It has to. It has to. At the end of the day, nothing really happens if you're not embodying it. And I think when things are happening that you're not embodying, it's like feels fake or it feels forced. And like it's very, very, very easy to tell. that, like, oh, this is not genuine, this is not real. And who wants something that's not real and disingenuous? And I think what we embody says a lot about the type of life that we want to live. And I do think you can kind of make the decision to embody almost anything. Almost anything. But I also think that's really cool as well. Like, because becoming something or becoming someone, it's not always about just, oh, learn this skill and do this thing. It is. But it's like when you embody something, you like take on a new identity. It's like not like, oh, I do this. It's I am this. I am this. I am this. I think that's all I have to say. I feel like there's more to say about embodiment. But yeah, I just think it's really crucial for life and living and changing your circumstances and changing how you relate to people and what you're getting out of life, what you're giving. What are you embodying? What are you embodying? What do you want to embody? How are you stretching yourself? How are you stretching your capacity? How are you stretching your system? And I think my invitation is looking at what you're embodying and who you're being, and how can you embody that thing maybe even more, or in a way that is more supportive. How are you anchoring whatever you're trying to embody into your vessel, into your physical, into your body, into your nervous system, so that it becomes an outward expression of who you are, so that it literally becomes concrete, perceptible evidence of this thing, of who or what you wish to do or aspire to be. How are you embodying the thing? How are you being the thing? And before I end the episode, I want to close with 3 intentional deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, wherever you are, we inhale and exhale. Again, deep inhale and exhale. And last one. Then release. Until next time.